I mean, I've been around there where Joe definitely told stories of that showed his racist side to it because he went through things in the past where he was being bullied by black people. So like I said, I heard him and Macho say stories where now is demeaning and being real racist to black people. Him and
Wait,
Macho.
what you mean?
The two white guys on the crew is him and Macho.
Oh,
You
no,
know what I'm
but
saying?
but
No, like,
what
but
is
you
the
got him and
story
Macho.
though?
Macho was he hung out with the Jewish guys. So he was really demeaning when it came to black people. And Joe would join that conversation, you know. So it's crazy that we living in this thing and they call it woke culture, but it's like they're woke, but they're trying to put you to sleep.
Peace, family. This is King Messiah. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and you smashing that subscribe button, hitting that bell icon with the thumbs up is going to help us a lot. Hey, and besides, it's free.
So, I relate all of that, all them facts, how the status of the world is right now, to all these lies being told by these people that are in power, especially in the music industry, that they're trying to change the history, you know, so they could suit them, and they're looking past the damage they're doing with their lies and the credit they're taking from other people, and really the damage they're doing, man, to the game. So,
Let's get into this dialogue by Cuban Link. Who's Cuban Link? He's one of the original members of Terror Squad. That's the group that Fat Joe was a part of. He also, Big Pun was his mentor. So he's been around since 1998. He appeared on Fat Joe's album, Capital Punishment. Let's get back into the video.
I sit back and say this, but it's like it's not far fetched. It's not far fetched. I see the temperature of the world. That's why I told you before. Gangsters are the biggest snitches. Liars are the biggest truth tellers. Like it's upside down, and it's not just in this music game. It's everywhere.
Right.
It's everywhere. So Joe is definitely a part of that.
At this point, the interviewer asks Cuban Links about Ted Smooth. Ted Smooth was a DJ, a producer. He was known to be around the Terror Squad, the early Fat Joe, known to be around the camp. Now, Ted Smooth made some comments that pretty much was controversial. Ted Smooth said Fat Joe made racist comments behind closed doors in a room full of all Spanish people.
You said at the start of this, like a lot of people thought that I was Spanish. So, he would be on the movement of, us Latinos got to make it. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I'm listening like, wow. Because at the time, it was a lot of brothers doing the music, and he was coming in throughout, digging in the crates and all these other brothers that was putting him on. So I guess he felt like, damn, it's time for us to like take over. So I would listen to that and I would take heed to like, okay, it's kind of like a little racist, but it is what it is. It ain't.
He says to his people is, we have to take over as Spanish and we can't let the black people outdo us. We have to stick together as Spanish people and to hell with those black people.
Was it racist, or was it just that like he was really proud and trying to put on the other side of it because there wasn't really any prominent, you know what I mean, and that within the culture?
I ain't going to downplay. I'm going to tell you straight up. He was on some like the Moyo's been doing this for years. It's time for us to come in. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically how it was stated. And that's how I heard it. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. It's pro. It's pro. But at the same time, it was a little bit of shade there. A little bit.
But he got put on by black artists, though.
That's what I was thinking the whole time I'm hearing that. But I'm saying to myself, who am I? I'm just here just listening. I'm just taking in what he's saying. I'm taking in because I'm in a room full of black Latin brothers that are all in the music industry. You got to understand that, too. I'm the only person there personally at the time that looked like I was. So I got in where I fit in. But here we go. That's the rhetoric that was pumped because he felt comfortable. He was in his own world at the time, too. Like, you're in a closed environment. You got your people that look up to you. And you got
so
some
you
people.
Can say what you really feel.
Exactly.
They'll have their turn. You say it like that. But I don't think Moreno is a word that when we inside a clique is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It depends how you say it. Like you say, when we said, damn Morenos, I'm sick of them. Some jealousy part to it. And I understand. Me knowing if you're around me saying those things, I mean, I've been around there where Joe definitely told stories of that showed his racist side to it because he went through things in the past where he was being bullied by black people. So I understand it. I'm more understandable to that thing. But I don't think at the end of the day he shows racism. When it comes to one-on-one, I think he feels better than the black person. But I think as a whole culture, I think he knows how to embrace black and brown together.
All right, y'all. This is the re-upload. Now, I think Cuban Link is just a little confused. He's kind of babbling, but what do you think he's trying to say? Let's get back to the video. So basically, the interviewer asks him, do you feel like that conversation that DJ Smooth was talking about, do you feel like it was racist in any way?
I didn't take it as racist.
Okay.
Because maybe I'm desensitized from that. I'm desensitized because I'm inside the crew.
Right.
So we all the only Spanish dudes that are making noise, and black people are embracing us. And it's really, he was taking it in the business, maybe tone of voice where it's like us against them, but yet we gotta be that crew that stands out. But at the end of the day, the moral foundation is that we all in this together. And just because we're Spanish, we don't want to separate ourselves. I'm talking me, Punt. We don't want to separate ourselves that we black, we Spanish. We together in this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as being a leader, he's given that pro Spanish speech where it's like we have to stand out and even be better. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Okay.
Once again, we just want to highlight when other cultures say we need to be better, we need to stick together, it becomes xenophobic and in-house racist when black Americans do the same thing. Now, I want to highlight black people, black Americans embrace Fat Joe. They put him on. And the moment Fat Joe gets behind closed doors, he says, we need to be better than the blacks. We, as Latin and as Hispanic, we need to stick together, and basically it's us against them.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's just, to put fire to us in that way. So I didn't think that. But if you're black and you're in that conversation, I could see where you might think that.
Right.
And you can't forget that Smooth, they thought Smooth was Spanish. So, it's interesting how people talk when they think that you're one of them. The truth will come out.
A little Dominican dude.
Right.
Puerto Rican. Yeah, but we all are the same. There's black people that are charcoal in Puerto Rico and Cuba that you might think they're African or, they're black. We all together, man. That's the whole foundation of what our movement is. That's including my word. I didn't have that upcoming where black people treated me a certain way because I was fluorescent white. It is hard being fluorescent white in the hood. It is. So I understand his thing, and I understand when he had to fight for it, and you know what I'm saying, and become that accepted by the most majority of black and brown people inside the hood that he came from.
But black people put him on in the game, though, right? Because DITC put him on.
Yeah, but it's still in you. It's still in you if you went through that kind of oppression, if you really felt that. You know what I'm saying? Which you probably felt in the beginning when you're coming up young, but you have to fight, just like I did. I didn't know English, so I had to fight. You know what I'm saying? But to hold it to this day and age, like I said, man, I took that more of a little fire under our feet.
So he was the coach giving you guys the halftime speech, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Take it, but like I said, I heard him and Macho say stories where now is demeaning and being real racist to black people. Him and Macho.
Wait. What you mean?
The two white guys at the crew is him and Macho.
Okay,
and
but
I know.
But what is the story though?
Macho was a fucking, he hung out with the Jewish guys, so he was really demeaning when it came to black people. And Joe would join that conversation.
Well,
I'm not telling you the story. I let them tell the story. They're never gonna say it, but it was real demeaning, racial shit. But that's within, the camp of the Spanish guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think everybody does it. Black people do it. White people do it when they're amongst their own. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't want to even say they are, they aren't. But I know my beliefs. I know Punch believe. I know Sace's belief. When we came in, it's full of clips. I know the sick ones believe. We came in as we all is together. Now, if it was a minority of them niggas being racist in the back of their mind and saying racist shit, yes, Joe and Macho, of the terror squad used to say a lot of shit that was
Peace, this is
racist.
King Messiah. We want to say we apologize about the audio glitching on the last video. Our editing software, we had to delete it, then reinstall it. There was some type of glitching or bug going on with it. I hope this video meets your satisfaction. Hopefully you can hear all the clips and it's no clashing of audio on this video clip here. Hey, I appreciate everybody who has let me know about it, gave me some constructive criticism. We want to make sure to give you quality content, and that's why we appreciate you subscribing. Those who've already subscribed, we really appreciate it. We want to continue to bring you quality content. So go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I mean, we started this conversation from the previous video. Do you feel like Fat Joe is racist? This is Cuban Links. Cuban Links is not a random, Spanish guy. He's been around since the early 90s. He's been amongst Big Pun, Fat Joe. He is somebody from the Fat Joe camp. He knows Fat Joe from an early, adult life. And the things he's saying is shocking. Do you agree or do you believe what he's saying? I mean, he does sound a little confused in some, but I think he's trying not to be biased. And in him trying not to be biased, it comes out a little confusing, but he understands that the truth is the truth. Go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I appreciate y'all staying with me. Peace.